And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Another rousing episode, another rousing night of the Break Room Sports Podcast. Yeah. Season 3 in the building, ladies and gentlemen. In episode 3, playing darts and brain farts, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Phil, aka Scorpio P, in the place to be here at the Fine Motive Studios. Shout out, as always, to our producer, Mr. Aaron Ross, in the building, always holding us down. Chilling, of course, as always, with the one and only Ace the Legend.
Way better than me.
Nobody, baby. How's it going with you tonight, brother? How was your week?
Could have been better.
Could have been for a lot of us.
I've had better weeks.
But you did have a good week in fantasy, though.
Hey, man, you know me.
You go, and of course, joining us always as well, Matt DiGiacomo.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. How's everything going with you?
Excellent. Had a great week. Everything's going really well in life. I'm very happy and thankful.
Heard you. And of course, back from wherever the fuck he was last week.
we don't even get into it.
We ain't even gonna get into that, but ladies and gentlemen, your favorite stepdad, Nick D'Amato.
How y'all doing? Tell your mom I'll be home soon.
How are you this week, though, brother? You back on track a little bit?
Yeah, I'm making it through.
There you go.
Best I can. You know?
There you go. Listen. Not only I'm pretty much the same, making it through. Not only are we all making it through, but of course, a lot of teams made it through week 2 here in the NFL. Let's talk about some shit real quick, why don't we? Let's start with Thursday real quick. Just touch base on it. So, we all saw fucking Justin Herbert versus Patrick Mahomes for the first time this season. Justin Herbert's a hero. that man's just like, I don't know which one is a cyborg that's been sent to destroy Patrick Mahomes, if it's Justin Herbert or Josh Allen, but it's one of them niggas.
Well, first of all, I'm mad at the NFL for giving us that on a short week.
On a Thursday?
That is a Sunday night game, bro. And I feel like that showed, like, if that game happens on Sunday, we probably have Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
We probably have just a better overall game, like.
Yeah.
But divisional games is always funny, especially middle of the week. We thought that was gonna be a blowout.
Yeah.
Ended up being a very defensive game. But
shout out to Khalil Mack.
In all honesty, I know they lost, but that just made me even more confident in my pick for the Chargers to win the division.
Whew, it's tough, bro, because to me, that game said more about Mahomes than it said.
It said a lot
Herbert,
about Mahomes.
Because I'm like, listen, they lost, for call it what you will, they lost Tyreek Hill. Their offense is better.
But that didn't surprise me, though. Like I understand losing Tyreek Hill is huge.
But the
as we see from Miami,
so much more fluid. He's tossing to like 10 different
but
receivers.
But look at his receivers,
bro.
though,
yeah.
bro. He got
it's 10 different people.
But he got Juju there as his least productive receiver. He got another.
And that's your least productive receiver.
He got another speedy wideout. Mecole Hardman still there.
It's crazy.
Valdez-Scantling still there, like.
And their top receiving is Travis Kelce, of course.
And he had a quiet game and still had a big impact. Like,
for real.
We understand what that is over there.
Yeah, we do.
But that pass rush from the Chargers did exactly what I thought they were gonna do. To me, if Justin Herbert finishes that game 100%, they win.
Yep.
If Keenan Allen is there, they win.
Yeah. I still think they could have. I think Keenan Allen was the main difference, but. You know what team definitely made a difference this week? The New York Jets. I think that they had a really awesome win over the Browns. What do you think, Matt? It's your team, fam. You and Pops were very happy on Sunday.
I was in disbelief.
Joe Flacco.
I mean, Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, didn't he?
And what I tell y'all about Garrett Wilson?
I'm not saying.
Garrett Wilson is a freak of an athlete.
Fucking beast, bro.
Have you seen him hoop? That man, he's different.
He scores a game-winning touchdown.
What do you think about Nick Chubb saying that we lost the game because we scored?
Yeah, that was so bad. Because if he had just taken a knee there, right? Yeah, nah.
Run the clock out.
Yeah, they could have ran the clock out because there was 59 seconds left.
Well, personally, 2 things about that. I'm never mad at somebody for scoring.
I'm never mad at someone for scoring.
Make the kick. This is a non-discussion.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
I'm gonna say
I was personally happy he scored. You know what I'm saying? He my running back, so.
He's my running back in my league too.
Do we like is the kicker's fault? Do we call it that? You make this kick, we don't have
it's not just the kicker's fault. It's the kicker should have made the extra point, and then the defense should have played some fucking defense.
But that's all contingent.
A lot went wrong.
100%, but that's all contingent. If you make this extra point, that we don't have this confidence.
And then the hands team should have recovered that onside kick. You knew what it was.
Yeah, the hands team should have recovered that shit.
Yeah, I mean
that's what got to me. I was like, wait a minute.
The success rate of an onside kick is like what?
What's the word?
At that point,
5%? No, in general, all onside kicks is like 5-10%.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, you needed a grip boost. I'm gonna tell you, you needed a grip boost. Hunter Renfrow needed a grip boost.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals, Lord have mercy. So I guess Kyler Murray doesn't have to study for a little bit.
Listen, I was actually, and I had my problems with Kyler being my quarterback in the first place.
You were sweating bullets a little bit, but Kyler coming to town.
I'm very happy about his last two performances.
Mm-hmm.
One putting me over Matt Basketball late in the first week. And this week I really like Keenan Allen and Amari did play, so my rotation just wasn't what it needed to be. Those are two high impact players.
We're gonna talk about fantasy shit in a second because I think we all got out with narrow wins this week. Well, you didn't have a narrow win.
But Kyler was balling though.
Here's the thing though, Kyler was never bad though. Our beef with Kyler Murray is him waning over the course of the season.
Exactly.
It was never that he was bad, especially in the beginning of the season.
It's like when it's a job, and at certain weeks you don't want to do it. You want to play Call of Duty, but it's bro, I need you to do what you get paid millions of dollars to do.
Yeah.
So
and
is it a matter of lack of preparation, you think, on his part, or is it just like a lack of field vision? Or
I think it's a combination of things. I think it's his size. He usually
it's his size because remember he's like 5'9", 5'10".
So his size.
I didn't know he was that small.
Yeah, his size. I think his preparation could once the defense starts adjusting to you over the course of the season. That's when the preparation starts kicking in because you need to do different things.
Yep.
And you need to also be able to counter the defense's counters to you. And then also, I also don't fully believe in that coaching staff. And I think that a lot of the blame that Kyler Murray gets should also be passed off into the coaching staff. Remember,
Cliff.
we didn't believe in him when he got hired in the first place. I think Kyler kind of put Cliff over.
Hand it to James Conner Moore.
That's good, but isn't that the time you said that?
But yes, all right. So with all that being said, and also shout outs to Tom Brady finally getting a win over the Saints as a Buc. That was pretty big as well. Well, they literally waited for Jameis to fuck up. So they literally said it. They said we're just waiting for him to make a mistake, and he started throwing picks again.
Hey, listen, it wasn't you just trying to trade him to me?
Because I thought he was going to do well with the weapons he had, but apparently not. But speaking of what you should be doing better, let's talk about Hapless Hackett, right? So that's what I call him now, Hapless Hackett. Y'all know me as the de facto Broncos fan in here. And it was very, very alarming watching the fans at Mile High literally help this guy count so that he used his timeouts properly and understood what was going on with the clock. I don't know, there was some other footage that dropped a Russell walking around make a decision. Are we passing or are we running? We passing, we running? Are we passing, we running? He's literally begging
But it's also, Russ, you've been a franchise quarterback for the last.
This is what I mean.
Make a decision.
This was my idea. This was my gripe with Russ last week.
So if we had the conversation last week. You've integrated into learning their offense and their playbook, whatever the case is, and you're comfortable. In this moment, you see this man is panicking. You need to call a play as the man.
Here's how I feel about this whole Russ situation being upset with the coaching staff. My great grandfather had this saying.
Yeah.
If you complain about her as a girlfriend, you can't complain about her as a wife. Meaning, you knew what you was getting yourself into. Russ was up there in Seattle with a Hall of Fame coach.
Yes,
and
Pete Carroll is going to the Hall of Fame.
Forced his way out. So now you got to deal with what you got to deal with this rookie head coach. Yep. You chose this Broncos team.
Yep.
You got to live with it.
Yeah, just decisions. Even when last week when Seattle was sitting over there, just like just tapping their watch every time you get up. You about to do it. Yo, bro, you gotta change your game when you leave. You can't go with the same secrets.
Bro, they ain't even lose because of that. They lost because of incompetency at the decision-making position, meaning the quarterback and the head coach.
And by the way, we're also 0-5 in the red zone, by the way.
Russell Wilson could do like this, the same way the coach can.
100%.
Yes!
But it's also like, you can't use the same play call with a different team. Like, we've been together like 5-6 years. I know you, Russ. Why is everybody on the team saying, yo, look, he about to do this?
And this is also the crazy thing about it. Like,
I don't know, Broncos looking good this season.
Because there was an interview that came out with Matt LaFleur about Nathaniel Hackett. And no. Aaron Rodgers was talking about it. Aaron Rodgers was talking about Nathaniel Hackett. And he's like, yo, like, what do you miss most about Nathaniel Hackett? You know, he was your offensive coordinator the past 2 years before he became the head coach in Denver, and you were MVP the past 2 years. You know, like, how do you feel about becoming a coach, coaching Wilson in Denver, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, yeah, man, I miss him. He was such a great guy. Like he was someone that I loved, like, playing darts with, like, having a beer with after a game, like, he always made me laugh.
Not shit about coaching. Nothing. There's a likable motherfucker.
He ain't call the plays in Green Bay, did he?
No. Who do you think called the plays? Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Nah, Matt LaFleur. But the reason why my man's in Tampa Bay don't have a job, and the reason why Eric Bieniemy don't have a head coaching job is because they said he don't call the plays. Now Eric Bieniemy is calling the plays. Byron Leftwich is calling the plays, and they still can't get a job. But all right. But they gave him a job. And he can't even count.
He can't even count.
Somebody get him the count from Elmo Street.
Oh God! You say that we have to. Say that we have to be
2, 3.
Man, nah, fam. I'm legitimately concerned, bro. I think we're gonna have a horrible time on Sunday against the 49ers.
Listen, you sitting there, the Broncos. I'm just like, yeah, all right, bro. I said this.
Bro. I mean, look.
You know who else?
We gotta say, look, all of us have been kind of delusional about our home teams, right?
No, like, I'm very, very adamant on the Giants sucking.
Preseason prediction that the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl.
I know exactly what the Giants are doing this season. I know exactly what we're doing there.
First,
I know exactly what we're doing.
Russell Wilson in
go
the
ahead.
draft.
Go ahead. Clown me as much as you want. There's something more that I need y'all to clown me on even more so for later.
Listen.
But yes, go ahead.
They have these delusional beliefs about their teams that have already been shattered. And
wow!
My Jets.
Play the paint, Matt.
I don't think they're doing too much.
Wow, Matt's on one tonight. Okay.
Definitely have a lot of talent.
Bro, I don't even care, bro. You're a Jets fan. Stop talking to me, bro.
Wow.
I don't even care, bro.
Wow.
Listen.
Your win percentage over the last 10 years is crazy. Bro, the speed limit is higher than y'all win percentage over the last 10 years. Don't talk to me about nothing.
Listen.
You know who needs some protection right now?
Hey, listen. No. Now he's on his solid shit right now. He's keeping receipts. So
Daniel Jones is going to game.
Yeah, he will need to hold all them
Keep
shit.
these receipts too, because you want to make sure you need to return this shit that you're saying right now.
No,
the same way the Bengals need to return all these off-season acquisitions made on the offensive line.
Fam, can we talk about what the fuck is happening in Cincinnati?
Nothing.
How? So
it's the same thing that happened with
Joe Burrow.
It looked good on paper.
So Joe Burrow is on pace to be sacked 110 times this season. The season just started.
It's a lot of punishment.
The season just started. They spent the entire offseason fixing the offensive line, and it's worse.
Yeah, you know what's funny, bro? I remember at one point there was this big thing. Yo, Peyton Manning only got sacked 13 times this season, and Joe Burrow has been sacked. Joe Burrow has been sacked 13 times in 2 weeks. Terrible. And I seen a lot on the internet killing Joe Burrow. Oh, he was a one-hit wonder kind of thing. Bro, the man can't finish the game standing up.
Listen. Like, you better call Uncle Eli and ask him how he did it all the time. That's the only man that can help him right now. Because Giants ain't never had a good line of saving life ever.
Joe Burrow be on his back like he's about to get a wax, my nigga.
He's got to speed up his release time.
They need to protect him. It ain't even just about that.
No,
they need to protect him, bro.
They do, because also when you have to release early, your receivers haven't had the ability to really run their routes yet. And get to their spots and create separation.
It's a lot of things that go into that.
Yeah,
and you know, it's one of those things that build momentum. Once they know that you fool back there, they're gonna continue all of the.
Oh yeah, the first sack. Okay, cool. It's like, all right, cool. Everybody been the second one. Oh yeah, get that.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Like Michael Parsons had a field day.
Yo, and it was like, yo, I'm good edge rusher. That was like, I'm about to.
Because remember, last year Cincinnati was just 4-4 in games decided by a touchdown.
Don't run into the Chargers.
Some advice to you, Joe. Please put on a few extra pads for this week's game.
Man, Zach.
Not even that. You better start.
I don't think Zach Taylor.
You better call Vic and start running.
Zach Taylor might prove he might not even deserve.
You gotta.
This is ridiculous.
You gotta figure out something. If the system not working, Joey, you gotta.
Speaking of ridiculous,
improvise.
Speaking of ridiculous, so I don't know if y'all saw the Monday night game after the Bills' destruction of the Titans, but Kirk Cousins now has the worst record in Monday Night Football history after getting destroyed on Monday Night Football.
But guess what? Who gets $50 million every year?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he gets paid to suck on prime time. Like, this is insane.
What I said, if you look at him, he's really a 50-50 quarterback. Like, no bullshit. And that's why I'm like, I don't understand how he gets this tag every year. His agent has to be one of the best. Like, this organization doesn't want to win. They don't.
You're finding ways to lose. Wow. Kevin O'Connell looked completely helpless against Nick Sirianni, which is hilarious to me.
But I also think that the Eagles is a good team. Bro.
Eagles is a great team. I give a lot of credit to the Eagles, but I gotta tell you, like.
But we know who he is, bro. We know who he is.
He's not good. He's never gonna have a better offensive unit than this.
Name me a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins when the game is out of reach.
Okay, so there's Lamar Jackson.
I said when the game is out of reach.
When the game is out of reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about people that can play from behind, right?
No, I said out of reach. Like, there's no chance of a comeback here. We know what Kirk Cousins does. He get all them filler stats. Score all of the most meaningless touchdowns you ever seen in your life.
But he has scored no touchdowns.
But I'm saying though, that's what's built his resume to this point. Like, you look at the numbers and you see the numbers look good over the course of a season, but the numbers didn't come when they mattered.
Wins. Yeah.
They ain't come when they mattered, they didn't come with wins.
I love how LaShawn McCoy tweeted, "Yo, Cousins can't be serious." Oh yeah, he's serious.
Listen, yo, bro, he done made, how much did he made over his career? 150 million, something like that?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm good. I ain't gotta be a top. I've never been a top quarterback. I don't ever have to be a top quarterback. For what? I'm still gonna get paid. Because they're gonna pay me every year.
Word.
The Ravens about to learn that lesson.
He's getting 50.
The Ravens about to learn that lesson.
Yes, they are.
Lamar Jackson is on the same career path in terms of getting paid.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
He was offered 250, but he refused it because it was conditional, right? It was not guaranteed.
Yeah, it wasn't guaranteed.
He wants his guaranteed.
Shit.
But the same, this is the thing about, we always talk about Kirk Cousins' agent, when in reality, it's just that Kirk Cousins is good enough that you gotta pay
$40 million this season, $30 million next season, is $35 the year
But he's not good enough to secure that long-term deal and be your quarterback in the future. So he hangs in that balance. It's like when LeBron was taking 1-year deals. I'm gonna just keep running it up. That's kind of the way it goes. And that's just with Lamar, they're going to end up doing the same shit. They're going to franchise him, and so he's going to have 2 big bags, and then they're going to have to drop the huge bag where he's going to go elsewhere. And imagine Lamar Jackson hitting the free market. He going to hit a GTA.
I know exactly where he would go once he hits the free market too. I know exactly where he would go.
We'll take anybody. You want to play quarterback, Phil?
Nah, fam.
We'll take you too, bro.
Nah. Yo. Nah, but But I know exactly where
listen,
go. But
get the bag how you get the bag. I ain't gonna, if Lamar do it that way, I ain't gonna be mad at it.
You're not gonna be mad at it at all. But I think a lot of people are still gonna be, I'll leave it here, gonna be mad at Kirk Cousins for a while because he is holding that team back. But like you said, he don't give a shit. He made his money, so
they should easily win that division this year.
They are gonna win the division. They're gonna win. They're still gonna win at least like 10, 11 games. So that's probably just
enough.
They may not be enough, but that's not going to be enough to get number one seed in the NFC. But
Detroit's going to have something to say about that 10-game shit.
Detroit's looking pretty good. But we're going to take a short break here, and when we get back, we're going to keep it in the NFL. We're going to go back to the human wrecking ball that is the new BMF, and that's the Bills. So we're going to talk about that after this. So don't go anywhere, y'all. It's TBR. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Break Room Sports Podcast. So, of course, before the break, we were talking about the new BMF, the Bills Mafia family, and how they are every bit of the wrecking ball that everyone has pretty much perceived them to be. They were Super Bowl contenders from before the season started, and they started the season demolishing the defending Super Bowl champions. And just on Monday, we saw them totally annihilate the defending last number one seed in the AFC, the Tennessee Titans. So, Stephon Diggs is probably going to be Offensive Player of the Year.
we had this conversation not too long ago, I think.
Josh Allen's probably is on the short list for MVP.
Yeah, but the season is young.
But this defense I want to talk about. This defense. What do y'all think of when y'all see this defense by the Bills?
What was
how many points you're scoring in fantasy?
I'm weak.
My defense.
What was the offseason move they made for their defense?
Von Miller.
Yeah.
Von Miller.
We had that conversation and we was like, yo, it looks different. And they're living up to the expectations of acquiring Von Miller and it looks different.
Jordan Poyer is averaging an interception a game.
Hey. We gonna see. It's week 2. We still got a few weeks to go.
The thing about the Bills is this: when you start thinking about the heavyweights in the NFL, you obviously think the Rams.
Yep.
You think the Chiefs, and you can't not think about the Bills at this point. The difference between the Bills and the Chiefs and the Rams, both of those teams have done it before.
Yep.
They understand it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yep.
They don't have that same fresh hunger that the Bills have, being that they went out the way they did after putting on the way they put on in the postseason. And then now you add a veteran 2-time champion pass rusher, one of the best of his generation. Mm-hmm. That's still
arguably the best. You got it.
He literally came in and
he's still at the peak of his powers. It's different.
Yeah, like they're gonna win. They're going to win the AFC East off their defense alone.
And this is without their number one corner being back.
Yeah.
They was spooky last year. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Wasn't they like the best defense since the Jets?
They were the best defense last year.
Since Rex Ryan.
Yeah, since the Rex Ryan Jets last year. And that's without Von Miller. And that's without having that next experience of really battling in the postseason the way they did. And having some of the wars. And they lost because of the defense last year in the postseason.
Yep.
They said never again.
They're annoyed.
And because of a coin flip.
They're annoyed.
Well, if the defense holds them,
why we had a rule
if the defense holds them, it doesn't matter which way the coin flip.
And don't think they're not annoyed by that fact either. They probably think like people have looked at them a certain way because it was because of that game that they lost in that fashion that rule ends up being changed. Like, and to your point about Von Miller, he says, like, I don't know if y'all saw the press conference after that game, like, he and Jordan Poyer looking like they just got out of, like, a heavyweight boxing fight. Like, they looked like fucking, like, fighters out of the ring, like, with the hat and everything. The jewelry was fucking insane. But Von Miller said, when you start thinking about Super Bowls like drinking from a fire hydrant, we have an attitude of domination with our defense. We're not playing the game to just win the game. We're playing the game to dominate the game. These niggas are annoyed. They know what they have to say
And Von Miller
it.
is on like that Charles Haley kind of arc at this point. Charles Haley.
Yeah.
Just at this point, just going fucking place to place, conquering shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? He's on
wrecking ball mode.
I like it.
Yeah, he's literally on wrecking ball mode.
That kind of energy can spread to the
well, you have the leadership,
unit,
so
right?
now you have the leadership from a guy who's been there before.
Twice.
So he's talking to these guys. Like we said, already,
You gotta,
those were already talented.
Exactly.
But now he's able to show you things from a perspective in which you haven't seen before.
From a championship,
you haven't had that championship experience in your locker room. So now, as it pertains to poise, you have somebody who's been there, so they can tell you how to be poised. And on a Monday, have your best Monday that shows on a Sunday. How to, you know what I'm saying, have that prorate throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It matters. It makes a big difference. It made a big difference on the Rams locker room last year as well.
Yeah, sometimes, having that veteran presence really does make a difference.
Huge signing for the Bills, for sure.
Yeah,
that might have been the catalyst for them really to get over
when it happened, that might be the biggest all-season move.
And it was a lot of shit that happened, though.
And it was so much shit that happened.
Yeah.
Like, the Jets had a great offseason. We still said that was probably the best move in the offseason.
For sure, and we know Dallas wanted him. He wanted to go to Dallas.
Yeah.
That's another thing that adds into that too.
Miami had a pretty good offseason too.
Yeah,
Miami had a good offseason.
Yeah, but adding Von Miller to that defense
it was different.
More impactful.
It's different.
Yeah, I think that's the most impactful thing.
I mean, they already had the number one defense.
And speaking of off-season moves and veteran presences, rather, like, so first off, we got to keep our thoughts and minds up for Trey Lance. He broke his ankle on a running play, so he's out for the season. And of course, who else to jump in to save the day but Jimmy G? So, interestingly enough, like we were speaking about it earlier, I was of the mindset that Jimmy G sticking around was not beneficial for Trey Lance. And to that point, I still don't think it's beneficial for Trey Lance. And here's why, because now he's going to play he's playing even less football. I mean, that's none of his fault or Jimmy G's fault, but now Kyle Shanahan looks like the genius that we all think he is for keeping Jimmy G around.
Well, here's the thing.
You always get a better quarterback.
He's the most expensive backup quarterback.
But they restructured his deal so that his deal, like, if he never plays, I think he's gonna make $6 million.
Yep.
However, they restructured it so that it's mostly incentive based. So if he plays a certain number of stats, accumulates a certain amount of yards, then he starts getting paid more like a starting quarterback.
I think that's
Here's the thing though. I never believed that having Jimmy G on the roster was negative for Trey Lance, because I felt like at the minimum he could use the guidance, he could use the leadership.
Yeah.
And then push come to shove, bro. If you're not cutting it, you're not cutting it. We understand that's a championship contending roster. And at the end of the day, them guys on that roster don't care nothing about what y'all trying to do in 3 years.
Exactly. They're trying to win.
Absolutely.
They want to win.
So with bringing Jimmy G back in, like, we never felt like Jimmy G was a bad quarterback.
No, we never felt that.
We knew that he's a guy that can get you there, because he's gotten you there before. Mm-hmm. Whether or not he can make that 1-2 throws to win you the game at that highest level is a whole nother discussion.
That's right.
But if you ask if you ask Carolina if they would have Jimmy G versus,
if you ask the Giants if we would have Jimmy G, yes we would.
You feel me? So,
I mean, not for what we trying to do.
Not for what we're trying to do, but for the time being, I would take him over Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, nigga, if they offered me that deal last year, I'd be like, yo, get Daniel the fuck out of here.
Get him the fuck out. Absolutely, he would.
Daniel, I don't know if you're watching this.
He's not, I can tell you.
Listen, he might be. You don't fucking know. But if you are watching this, get your shit together.
I mean, he got both. I mean, he's gonna get it together this year.
He's 2-0.
Like I said,
that's fine, but listen.
But bro, we know what he's doing. We know what Brian.
This for 2 years ago.
Listen, I believe in Coach Dayball. That's all I'm gonna say. I know exactly what the fuck he's doing.
I understand, but I wanted this from Daniel 2 years ago.
But we're not gonna
get
it from Daniel again.
You wanted one good game from him?
We're not gonna get it again.
Awful last week.
I know. That's what I said. But he's out here saying he's 2-0. So
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
What the fuck does that mean?
So this is the kind of story I wanted Daniel to have 2 years ago.
It's the one most important stat on your and that you're most judged on.
Wins.
Yes.
Yep. He has a point.
Listen,
Wins.
speaking of big wins, we had a, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We had a big fight over the weekend.
Yeah. Let's shift to boxing real quick because the Canelo Triple G fight, the trilogy fight.
First of all, did we have doubts about who's winning that fight?
No, we didn't really have many doubts.
Why was that fight put on?
Well, Canelo,
He's an Asian man, bro. Like,
No, fuck about none of that. Fuck him.
Canelo just
I hate
lost
when
his
you like
last
that.
fight, right?
But he lost his
people-
last fight at light heavyweight against a big light heavyweight. That's a 30-pound difference. So the thing about the Canelo and Triple G thing is we got the trilogy. So the first fight, most people felt like Canelo lost. I had it a draw. It came back as a draw from the judges, but most people had Canelo losing that fight.
Yeah.
I understood it. I disagreed with it. I felt like it was an actual draw, so that was that. Then the next fight comes back. You have a conflict of styles. A lot of people had Triple G winning that fight. I don't know how, because I had Canelo winning that fight. He won the fight like I thought he should have. But, you know, you start getting into different things when you're talking about boxing.
Yep.
So now it was about, you know what I'm saying, completing that trilogy and having that closure. What a lot of people don't understand is, like, DAZN, the fight promotion, came out of nowhere. And there was a lot of things that happened in the interim from fight 2 to fight 3. Canelo became a free agent. Sue Golden Boy got out of his promotional contract for the way it was structured, and ended up going to DAZN for like $400 million. Triple G was a free agent, and he specifically went to DAZN to be able to have this third fight. That was like 4 years ago. Now Triple G is 40. They got it on to close out the trilogy, and I mean, we see the way the fight went. A lot of people was still holding on to hope for Triple G because a lot of people don't like Canelo. That's kind of just what
I wonder why.
But he's 40.
Fuck him. I don't give a fuck about none of that. He was trying to get Mayweather to step up and fight him when Mayweather was 40. So get your ass in that ring and get your ass beat. That's cool. You know what I mean? Fuck him. But
So let me ask y'all real quick. Who do y'all think should be his next opponent, Canelo? Now that this between him and Triple G is over and done.
I don't have anybody on my radar for Canelo right now.
So there's a couple people, right? Now personally, I'm a Charlo fan. I like both of them niggas.
Yeah. Charlo's one of them.
Better Biev is another one that niggas really love for Canelo. Personally, I'm fine with either of the Charlos. Better Biev. I know people are saying Usyk. He could wait for Usyk.
I heard that.
That was what the first one I heard was
Usyk could wait.
Big.
Cause Canelo, I mean, the Charlo's been trying to get this fight
forever.
Usyk is
4
much
years.
bigger than
Better
Canelo,
Biev is
right?
probably the most. Yeah. Better Biev is probably the most qualified in terms of. I think he's like he should be the number one contender in the mandatory for the mandatory defense for Canelo. I want to see him go get Bivol again. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're talking.
I'm a Canelo fan. You feel me? So it's like I want to see him go get that man, bro. Like, go. You know what I'm saying? Go bite that dog that bit you.
He might get you like that.
It's historic at this point, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Canelo is only the 4th person to have championships in as many weight classes as he has them. It's only 4 people to ever have boxed. You feel me?
But he did say now that 168 is his most comfortable weight. So what y'all think about Benavidez?
That might be his most comfortable weight, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where he's at his best at. But
he is 7-0 in super middle now.
But Alexander Usyk doesn't even make sense to me because he's a heavyweight. Like,
I mean, here's the thing: if he goes to get that heavyweight, now he's become the second boxer, the second boxer to Manny Pacquiao, to have that many championships across all of those weight classes.
Ah.
So that's another bid for history. At this point, he's resume building. I feel like I want to see Charlo get that shot because I'm a fan of the Charlo.
I really do want to see Charlo get it. I think either Charlo or Bivol, I'd be cool with.
I'm not mad at Better BF again because it's like what can you say? What can you say to Canelo? Any of those fights, it's like, what can you say? But Better BF is really like statistically and as far as the resume goes, he's probably the one to be next in line.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Canelo is 62-2.
Yeah. Yep. And his only his two losses was to Mayweather and Bivol. And then he had the draw, so he's 62-2-1 because he had the draw with Triple.
That's why like the Bivol rematch makes the most sense. I think get that out of the way.
And I think after getting in there with him and seeing what he did wrong, because like with the first Triple G fight, I felt like Canelo's mistake in that fight was taking his foot off the gas. To me, he won the first 3 rounds and the last 3 rounds, and he didn't put his foot back on the gas until his trainer told him, like, yo, if you don't win all the rest of these rounds, you're going to lose. I feel like his trainer did that a round too late.
Yeah.
And once you saw Canelo put his foot on the gas, you saw him take command of the fight back, and he just fucked Triple G up for the rest of the fight. You feel me? And then the second fight happened, he didn't take his foot off the gas. Triple G asked for the fight to be one way. I want a Mexican style. I don't want all this going backwards shit. And he turned Triple G into the boxing, and Triple G was on his back foot for the whole fight. He gave it to him how he wanted to.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of fights, I want to take a quick look
her
back.
niggas was swinging on the field.
Word, on the field, fam. So, y'all know I love my college football. So, there's been a rivalry in the NFL's been brewing since their days in college. I'm talking about Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore since their days at Texas A&M and Ohio State, respectively. Mm-hmm. So that shit spilled over onto the field, of course, with Marshawn Lattimore about to catch smoke with Tom Brady, and Mike Evans was like, yeah, pushing, like just straight shoved him into the ground, and everything like helmets flying, like all hell ensues.
Listen, it's better than a dugout. You done seen that? You seen it when the niggas get loose on a baseball field. I know they had to get stupid on a football field. He trying to touch Tom?
Yo, fam.
Baseball fights is better than football fights, but that's a different discussion.
That's because they ain't no pass.
Hockey fights are hilarious.
Oh yeah, well,
they love hockey fights. They literally like the refs stand around you in a hocky fight and just like let you take your gloves and shit off and helmet off and just let you fight. Yeah, like, go ahead.
No,
we gonna stop the clock.
It's stupid because they do it as soon as the shit rings. It's the first puck down. Yo, take this. I saw you last week. Remember I told you? Because I told you.
It worked.
Remember I told you when I see you on the ice, fam. It's on.
Here's the thing I ain't like about this, right? Now, you know what I'm saying? I understand it's kind of controversial at this point. You feel me? Niggas always kill the person who Tom Brady get into it, right?
Yeah.
We seen the same thing happen in the Super Bowl with Tyrann Mathieu and shit like that. You feel me? I personally feel like this was not instigated by Lattimore.
Nah, this is about.
And I feel like the NFL agrees with me because he the one that didn't get suspended. Tom Brady be doing this shit, bro. He be doing this shit.
He be poking. He's a cerebral guy. He be poking bears, nigga.
There was no reason for him to start talking shit to. It was no reason for him to start talking shit to Lattimore. You feel me? We know him and Mike Evans got their thing.
Exactly.
Here's the thing for Mike Evans though. Why was the fastest that you moved all weekend when you was?
Oh my God.
That's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?
When he was screaming
to the fucking refs.
He didn't do that because that was Tom Brady, bro. He did that because he don't like that man.
And it's also he's like, I see an opportunity. Tom Brady and a legitimate reason. But a legitimate reason.
Hit this nigga, so I'm gonna do it.
Without nobody saying nothing to me. That
Tom
was what it is.
Wasn't even in no danger. They
really
put
wasn't.
their hands on Marshawn Lattimore first.
Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore was gonna do anything. I don't think Marshawn Lattimore was gonna do anything.
Who? Because it's Tom Brady.
Fournette push Lattimore. Lattimore push Fournette back, and here come Mike Evans, big ass for no reason, want to just get involved.
He was like, ah.
That light skin nigga shit.
Hate list candidate?
For sure. Cause he hurt his team. Like,
yeah, he really did hurt his team, bro. That was not supposed to happen.
And at the end of the day, bro, you know how the NFL give it up, bro. Like, y'all niggas been beefing for years. Y'all done had fights, multiple fights. You know the NFL done spoke to them both individually.
And they say, yo, next time.
Knock this shit off. And now you didn't knock it off, and here we go. And he tried to play that's Tom Brady card.
Yep.
But, nigga, we see through that bullshit.
Word, yo.
They said, yo, my reason gonna be legitimate.
Exactly.
Now you're legitimately suspended.
Exactly. And I'm gonna leave it here. They're definitely gonna miss him when they gotta. I think the Packers are probably gonna win that game.
How many games he out?
Against too? Huh?
One.
He's gonna get out one game, but
that's light.
But the Packers
are coming to town, prize.
And I think they're. I think they're gonna find a way to win that, find a way to lose that game rather than with Mike Evans out, because they did bring in Ryan Rodgers is playing, and they did bring in Cole Beasley. The Bucs did, but I don't think that's gonna help much.
Listen, if Tom Brady go up there and lose to them Green Bay niggas,
no, they're coming to him.
Oh yeah,
they're coming to him. Exactly.
If Aaron Rodgers come down there,
yeah.
With that bum ass team that they got,
I think so.
With them,
it's their running backs.
Receivers that
it's their running backs, bro. We're gonna talk about that game later. It's their running backs,
and
bro. AJ Dillon and Aaron
Jones.
AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones are the best running back tandem in the league right now, bro.
If they go down there and beat Tom Brady at home, Giselle was right. Yeah. Take your ass home.
Happy wife, happy life.
Take your ass.
It's time for him to retire.
Yeah. Fam,
she's been.
No. I've been seeing her on the internet. She's been on it. But if he loses this game, that's it.
I pack it up and go home.
I got something for y'all. Then we gotta go to break. I'm gonna leave this with y'all, and then we're gonna go to break. You know, they're actually and this is reported on the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Shout out to the Herd. They're living apart at the moment. Tom and Giselle.
Wow.
She is not happy.
Yeah. I knew she had left, but I ended up continuing to leave.
Nigga, Tom Brady think he Jay-Z? Can't keep retired, Tom. Back to the game.
4:44. Anyway, we'll be right back after this, y'all. We'll be right back with some news, and then we're going to look at that game along with the other games of the week. So don't go anywhere, y'all. It's TBR. We'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the Break Room Sports Podcast, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some news for you. We got a news break. So yeah, we got some people to congratulate, of course. And let's start with the Las Vegas Aces finally bringing a championship to Las Vegas. First professional sports championship, and it's done by a women's basketball team.
How many teams in Vegas right now?
There's 3.
The Raiders,
and the Vegas Golden Knights. No, they did not win the Stanley Cup. They lost.
They won their first year when they just opened.
No, they didn't win the cup. They didn't win the cup. They made it to the final. And they lost to the Lightning. They lost to the Lightning. But Las Vegas Aces went crazy. Asia Wilson went crazy. Chelsea Gray became Finals MVP. Chelsea Plum, oh my God, they're just all amazing, aren't they?
New dynasty.
I think. I think Becky Hammond deserves her flowers now. Now. We all saw her as the second coming of Greg Popovich in a sense, and now it's she's really owning that. This really does feel like a dynasty. They're built to win for the next 6-7 years in this league.
Everybody's on the long-term contract.
They're built to win for the next 6-7 years. The only competition they really have in the West is probably Seattle.
If a space opens up, you think Becky goes to the NBA?
Yes, I think they're gonna be you know what? Think she's proven her point. That'd
be tough.
Yeah.
Who will she coach though?
She could take over the Spurs.
Didn't she coach the Spurs Summer League?
She did coach the Spurs Summer League.
And she's coached the Spurs through Spurs. With like Popovich getting hurt. I mean, not hurt. Ejected and shit like that. Mm-hmm. She's stepped in those situations as well.
Exactly. So it really says a lot about her.
There's a link to be on top. Okay.
Absolutely. And talking about people in charge, like one thing we got to talk about is why. I'm not sure what keeps happening with the with your Colts, bro, but yeah, like another loss.
Bringing it up.
Another loss to the Jaguars, man. And
yo, I said last week, my nigga, we do not win in Jacksonville, bro.
Y'all don't win in
We
Jacksonville
have not won in Jacksonville since 2014, and we play them every year, bro.
We play them twice every year.
It's one of
even when you
England don't win in New England don't win in Miami, and Miami don't win in New England. Like no matter how good either team is, like it just goes like that sometimes within divisions. But listen, at this point, bro, I'm ready for us to go 0-17, bro.
You got slapped.
You ready to throw this fucking season?
Excuse me, you mean 0-16-1. You got that tie week 1.
Correct.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like at least this time.
At this,
you already secured.
Y'all already. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, Houston almost beat Cincinnati, bro.
Okay, cool.
Houston almost beat us.
Okay, listen up. First of all, understand this. We got a new QB. You feel me? First year in the system, etc., etc.
Yeah.
We know what type of bumpy road that is, as we see with Russell Wilson and the Broncos, nigga. Yeah. Second of all, you should know for sure what quarterback play could do to your franchise. Because y'all niggas have had no quarterbacks for my whole fucking life. So we not going to do that. Regardless, I would like to fix our issue, you feel me?
Hey, don't I personally feel like that.
Fuck him. I personally feel like we need to just go ahead and get a high draft pick and get a fucking QB for the next 10 years. You feel me? And I'm going to say this too, you feel me? I feel for the Bengals fans because I know what it's like to have a franchise quarterback get obliterated by other pass rushes and them niggas never fucking protect them. They better do something before they beat us.
Yeah.
We got a fucking roster, bro. Yeah, we got a squad.
Yes,
we got the best running back in the fucking league.
Jonathan Taylor.
And we 0-2 to the fucking Texans. Sorry, we 0-1-1 to the Texans and the fucking Jaguars, bro. Get me fucking hot.
Oh God.
Hot like Jacksonville.
You're an asshole. You an asshole. Shout out to the real Captain Kirk, Christian Kirk. Speaking of hot, someone was hot at the Arkansas game. At the Arkansas over Missouri State, the COO of Beyond Meat was arrested for allegedly biting a man's nose in a parking garage after the game.
Listen, that tailgating shit be real, though. Like this shit. Like,
but you're the COO of Beyond Meat, though. Which is supposed to be for vegan stuff.
For some reason, I know exactly what he looks like, and I've never seen it.
Yo,
go Hogs!
But
Arkansas a problem this season.
It's just been the last couple of years, the level of trash talk that has been going around, like in every sport, has been absolutely ridiculous. And some people aren't built to handle that shit. Like, you see the kids getting on court, rushing kids to head tap them. Like, it's certain people that's not built for that. Like, you could imagine that his team just lost and what this nigga was just saying to him, especially if you eat meat and you was talking all that vegan to him, walking to the car. Like, we don't know what happened.
You right.
So it's like, that like, yo, cause you can be like, your team got the ass to it, and that's why you can't eat meat. Like you just like,
I'm glad you brought up shit talking.
I think that's how it actually fucking started.
The nigga Tyreek Hill was talking
mad shit. Yo.
Oh, better than Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yo, can we talk about how it is Tua time, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tua time in Miami. Yes, he had a couple bad picks in the first half, but that fourth quarter was absolutely. Yes, and a lot of people are talking about, the Ravens had a horrendous pass defense. But Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like, I call their big three now. Like, you got the Kahuna, you got the Penguin, and you got the Cheetah. Like, they look amazing. And now this Bills game that's about to come up looks stupendous.
You know what's interesting about the Dolphins?
Yeah.
So the Dolphins have gotten a lot of heat over the last year or so because of the Brian Flores situation.
Yes.
However, this is where they deserve credit, right? When it comes to development, team development, and building around the quarterback, they've done a great job.
Yep.
Because this Dolphins team resembles his Alabama team.
Yes.
And we know what he excels at. He's a very accurate thrower. And how about that fucking bomb that he threw to Tyreek Hill?
Bro. I don't know what was more impressive, that bomb or the touchdown that ended the game to Waddle, catching Waddle on a slant wide open. I think that was the craziest one. I was like, wow.
The slant was tough.
That slant was tough because he had to slide out at first and come back to it.
Hey, Phil. You know how he gonna pick the bomb over the slant?
Why?
Because that slant killed him the same way it killed the Ravens.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Waddle. Yeah, it's that Bama shit, I'm telling you.
That boy Jalen Waddle ran it up for me this week.
Man.
Well, listen.
Tyreek Hill ran it up for you too.
Listen, regardless of anything, I couldn't.
Sure did.
Keenan Allen didn't play. We already discussed that. Amari didn't play. We discussed that. I had 2 people.
Hey man, we're gonna get to that fantasy segment.
Word, exactly. Like we're gonna get into it right now, but real quick, we already spoke a little bit about the some of the games that's happening. Like, Bills versus Dolphins is happening. We got Packers versus Buccaneers happening, and also the Sunday night game, 49ers Broncos.
That's a good game.
I think that my Broncos are in a heap of trouble because if we could have moved the ball against Houston, what the fuck are we gonna do against the 49ers with Jimmy Garoppolo back?
And the 49ers have never been slouches.
I told you.
And they travel
They're
well.
gonna get walked over.
I told you,
That's what they're gonna do.
That fucking the Broncos really might lose that division. Might come.
He talking all that Russell Wilson shit, right?
Look like that now.
You talking all that Russell Wilson shit.
I was talking all that Russell Wilson shit. It's really looking like that right now because
Broncos country, let's ride.
Oh man, I really hope I get surprised one week, but like,
I feel like
I'm losing faith more and more by the day, bro. Like we don't use our running backs correctly. We don't do anything correctly.
I feel like that Bills Dolphins game is really the game of the week.
I think that really is. That's what I like.
What day is up?
That's Sunday at 1. Sunday at 1.
Like, I'm gonna be up for that.
It's gonna be back and forth.
Oh, that's gonna be my first split.
Yeah, back and forth, fam.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, they running that scoreboard. They run that scoreboard up.
We can. Oh no, not this Sunday.
And for all accounts, that's a trap game for the Bills. That's a trap game for them.
But
because
the
if they engage
games are often are, bro.
Ooh, absolutely.
But that's gonna let us know who for real.
Yes.
We're
gonna see if Tua has really arrived, if he can forget about like the first half against Baltimore, or if
that's why you like he can't. I was like, it's Tua time. I'm like, nigga, that's just one game. It's too early, especially like, especially with the picks in the first half.
I think Mike McDaniel has solved the puzzle.
I don't know, man. They had he didn't play bad last week neither.
That offense looks pretty good.
It's in Miami?
It's in Miami, yeah. Buffalo's going to Miami. That's what makes it so interesting. If they were in Buffalo, that'd be different. But this game is in Miami, this one. So it's going to be very interesting. But
hope they pack their scarves and gloves.
Later on, right?
No, I'm just joking because Miami's really hot.
It was ironic.
You're an idiot.
And Buffalo is not.
No. But going back to Buffalo's defense, you've seen Buffalo's defense, the way they're putting up points in fantasy. They're averaging 20 points a game.
They're gonna do it in Florida too.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
I don't know.
No, they're not.
I don't know. Because like I said, like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle gonna slice some people up now.
How do you guard that, bro?
Jordan Poyer's gonna have his hands full with them guys.
Like literally, I'm on Twitter and I seen a screenshot of Jalen Waddle's stat line right on top of Tyreek Hill's stat line. And it's like, seriously, what the fuck do you do with that?
First to receivers on the same team to both have over 170 yards receiving.
Bro, nuts.
That made no sense.
Nick, no. That should make a big difference. Should make a big difference.
They both had 42 points in fantasy each.
That's wild.
That make a big impact on fantasy. I told y'all niggas, man. I don't even know where Nick was, bro. That, you know what I'm saying? He seen the block spinners coming to spin that block.
Oh, man. Got the block
as he seen the block,
two of my people were hurt. We just talked about Keenan Allen not playing.
Listen, man.
That would change the game. Keenan Allen would change the game, right? That's what he said, right?
Yep.
That's what A said. That came out of
this.
Keenan Allen would have changed. They would have won that game, and we would have had a different situation.
Yeah, you still would have had like 100 more points to make up. It's okay, bro. It's okay, bro.
Did you lose week 1?
What that got to do with anything?
So you won like me? You talking shit? Stop it, boy. You ain't better than nobody.
Time out.
So.
You just seen me though, and I didn't see you because you disappeared. I didn't know where y'all was at. I ain't see not a stepdad in sight.
That's crazy. You wanna know why? Your mama's house. That's why.
I hear you. All of that's cool. All of that's cool.
Nah, it was good.
You guys smoked. It's okay.
I knew I was getting smoked. 2 of my players gonna play this week.
Hey man.
All right. So
what am I gonna do with that? 2 of my players.
How did you only score 67
Look at my starters who played.
Exactly, a lot of the starters.
0-0.
Like I said, Amon St. Brown is sitting on the bench there.
He could have made it respectable if you Allen. He started
Keenan Allen and
so
my other receiver.
make sure y'all make y'all
they both
trades
were.
and
They might be coming back for week 2.
I already made my waiver pickup. If
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I don't even know how you wasn't
your waiver pickup.
I don't even know how you wasn't starting Amon St. Brown since last week.
But who the fuck was that?
He had a good week last week.
Hold on.
I wouldn't have started him over Keenan Allen though. I understand that.
Over Keenan Allen, no, but look at his roster.
But hold on. Again, it was a week.
He could have put him in the flex position.
I couldn't. I already tried that. They wouldn't give me the option to. So, smart ass. I didn't have a choice.
Hey man.
I'm hearing Keenan Allen and Amari. They might be for week 2. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna leave it because these are what made me beat Matt in week 1.
You could call me what you want, as long as you could call me the winner, man.
So make your adjustments.
I have to now.
Make your adjustments.
Because Keenan Allen, he's not. I don't think he's coming back.
Real quick because we're up against it. Okay, so real quick. So this week I'm up against our producer, the Shiny Drapion is hosting Team Big Bucks. Then we got Millennium Falcon. Shout out once again to Azario. He's going to be up against Charlie Brown Villains. Then you better defend our honor, sir, and kick the shit out of Southside this week. Because he's talking mad spicy after 2 narrow wins.
Southside won't be outside this week.
Listen, I got love for you, kid, but not only you losing to my co-host, I'm going to win your league. Because I'm in his league busting ass.
Hey, man.
And then you got to redeem yourself. You got to redeem yourself against Blockwork. And then,
who's Blockwork? That's light.
And then Brooklyn Jocks, you got to go up against NY Up the Score.
Yeah.
But yes, with all that being said, we go
right above me.
Yes,
I'm gonna.
No, you're gonna get
relish knocking him off.
Oh crap!
Climbing the ladder a little bit, you know.
Absolutely, climbing the ladder. But
made
real
a couple
quick
adjustments. Chest piece.
Yo, man, this song is spicy. Wait, what is this? What is this?
I cannot with you, bro.
Honestly,
I cannot with you, bro.
He went to the Philippines.
Listen. I don't know, bro. Listen, there's been a lot of spiciness coming from this side, but right now, you already know what time it is. We got to hear the spiciness from the main side. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is our favorite time of the night. You already know it is Ace's Hate List. Because, of course,
who hate better than me?
Nobody, baby. All right, fam. Who you got for us tonight?
All right, so this week's hate list is a little different. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Last week it was a lot of niggas to hate. You feel me? This week it's also a lot of niggas to hate. But I'm gonna start it off quick. I'm gonna go number 5, the Baltimore Ravens. Ask me why, Phil.
Wow, that pass defense, huh?
Not just the pass defense. I'm not even just talking about this week. I'm not even just talking about this game. One iconic, legendary quote that changed sports forever came from Isaiah Thomas. Not the legendary Isaiah Thomas, the short one. When he said they're going to have to back that Brinks truck up to my doorstep. come contract time. And with what we've seen from Lamar Jackson over the last 2 weeks,
fam,
has done nothing but epitomize what the Brinks truck is going to look like. You feel me?
Fam.
They shot themselves in the foot.
They really did.
Because it's either pay Lamar Jackson the super bag or set your franchise back another 10 years. It's one of the two.
I mean,
they lost that game, but it was none of Lamar Jackson's fault why they lost that game. He's been balling.
He scored 2 touchdowns of 75 yards, one on both sides of like his offensive strategy.
Bro, it looked like he couldn't out there again.
Didn't he return a kick return not too long ago?
Devin Duvernay did. That's how they started the game. They started the game with a kickoff return.
And is it just me or does Lamar Jackson's arm look amazing this year?
It does.
Bro,
and he's not throwing to nobody.
This is what I said. He was my dark horse for MVP. He's carrying that whole team by himself now. He's carrying the whole team by himself. Like this is crazy what Dak is dealing with the Cowboys.
Number 4 is Mike Evans.
Yep, I knew he was gonna be on this list.
At the end of the day, bro, this was what you call a stupid prize. Now, anybody that know me, one of my favorite phrases is, you play stupid games, you win
stupid prizes.
And it's not necessarily that the action deserved to be penalized with a suspension.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you've done this over and over again with this same individual, and you didn't have to do it. So now you cost you cost your team your production for a game and a half.
Yep. You
got suspended for 1 game and you got ejected for half a game. You deserve this hateless spot because that was just stupid. And he tried to play that whole I was protecting Tom Brady card. At the end of the day, we know what it was. You know what I'm saying? We know you, bro. Come on, bro. Number 3, the Cincinnati Bengals. Because how the fuck you get sacked 9 times in a conference championship? Sorry, it was the game against the Titans. You got sacked 9 times. And then you lost the game because of a pass rush. And you still don't protect this man. He's gotten sacked 13 times over 2 games. And he got 15 more of them motherfuckers to go. And we not even talking about the playoffs.
He's on pace to be sacked over 100 times.
Bro, I am an Indianapolis Colts fan, you feel me? I remember when Andrew Luck came in the league.
I'm legitimately scared for this man. I remember Andrew Luck came in the league, right? He was an Iron Man, you know what I'm saying? You could hit the nigga with a tank and he was just gonna bounce back up. Boom! Shoulder the nigga. Dust the shoulder off. Next thing I know, this nigga getting tackled on his ankle and shit. Now he lacerated his kidney from an ankle shot and shit like that. Now he pulled the Calvin Johnson. Yo, I'm out, bro. I can't do this shit no more. I'm fucked up. Still nice. Would still be the nicest quarterback in the league if he was playing right now. And now we got a Super Bowl roster with no quarterback because we couldn't protect the nigga that
you needed to protect the most.
Needed to protect the most.
Ridiculousness, you feel me? But the Bengals are on that same trajectory here, not protecting Joe Burrow.
Is your squad really that championship caliber if you don't have an O-line? Like
we have an O-line now. We didn't have an O-line then. I said now we have a Super Bowl caliber roster with no quarterback. Because now we got the O-line with no quarterback to protect.
Matt over here talking shit.
It's alright, niggas be wrong, bro. He a Jets fan. I don't expect nothing less. Number 2, Gennady Golovin. And here's why, bro. You feel me? First of all, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That's just off rip, because I don't like that nigga. But here's where my smoke come from Triple G, you feel me? I remember when Mayweather was on his way out. And they was trying to kill my boy. Why you don't step up and fight Triple G? Like Mayweather didn't already come all the way up to the division he was already at. This man, Mayweather, was fighting at his walk-around weight. He wasn't losing no weight in training camp. Who you know do that? Because that's how big he was compared to his frame and where he came in at. And they was trying to get him at 40 years old to go up and fight a super monster in Triple G, because he should have been fighting like heavyweight, but he's cutting down to super middleweight, and that's where you want him to fight. And he called them all types of cowards and shit like that. And I remember this one phrase that Mayweather said: "Why he don't go up and fight Andre Ward?" And this 30-year-old,
wow,
you know what he said? As a 30-year-old man, this man said, "I'm not ready for that yet."
That's what he said at 30?
That's what he said at 30. "I'm not ready to fight Andre Ward." And now this coward, at 40 years old, then got in the ring with Canelo and got his ass thoroughly whipped. I love seeing it. Every round, it was beautiful to me. He was hitting this man with all types of shit. He was coming with uppercuts like he was trying to touch his toes before he hit him. And then he was coming with overhand rights like he was trying to wave at God when he hit him. You feel me? It was a masterful performance. And this nigga Triple G didn't even let his hands go the whole fight until like the last couple rounds. And I don't know how they said that the fight was only a round difference.
Yeah.
When even the telecast had it a shutout going into round number 10. You feel me? I don't know, but that's boxing shit. You feel me?
Boxing shit.
Judges.
Judges.
You already know it's Triple GK forever. Fuck him. You feel me? Number one on this week's hate list. It's a historic moment. It's me, bro. I hate myself this week. Bro. As a Colts fan, this was a very difficult I wasn't even watching the game. I was here with Aaron, you know what I'm saying? Doing some business, you feel me? And I'm getting text message after text message.
God.
What's good with your mans? Let me explain to you how this went for me though. You feel me? First quarter, I peeped the score. I don't say nothing to nobody. You feel me? I'm like, yo, we gonna get right, you know what I'm saying? My mans text me before I just act like I don't see it. Like, I'm gonna just wait till we turn this shit around and text my mans.
Yeah.
Second quarter come along. More of the same shit. Now the text messages is changing from what's good to your man to this nigga Matt Ryan is really butt. And I'm like, damn, he must be going out terrible. So I sneak a peek at the score. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Still on your first half.
Christian Kirk.
You feel me? I'm ready though, you feel me? Don't worry. Last week we came on in the second half and I'm thinking it's gonna be more of the same shit. Quarter 3 come. We still don't got a fucking point, bro. I'm like, oh shit. Then I get another text message from my man. Hey yo, bro. Nah man, y'all niggas really suck. I'm like, damn. Here's the thing that's different from me, bro. As a Colts fan, we have never really sucked. You feel me? We had that one year we went 2-14, but it was a transitional year. Payne was hurt all year. You got to get us some slack. The year after that, right back to contention, playoffs. Andrew Luck, rookie season, beating Aaron Rodgers, primetime Sunday, all that shit. Coach got cancer. Coach is out for half the season. Bruce Arians come make his name and all that shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Anytime that we have not been in contending standings, it's been for a reason. It's not like we suck. We just in a tough position right now.
Yeah.
But we suck, bro. We suck, bro. At this point, bro, I'm ready to lose the rest of the games and get a fucking quarterback. We've been trying to piecemeal a quarterback for like 4 seasons now, bro.
Yeah.
This shit is ridiculous. It hasn't been 5.
Yeah. I thought it was 5.
No. This shit is ridiculous, bro. A nigga done went from Jacoby Brissett to Phillip Rivers to bum-ass Carson Wentz. Now, let me be honest with you.
Carson Wentz doing pretty
That's when I seen the check engine light on the car, bro.
That was that 4 quarterbacks. That's your 5th quarterback, right?
When niggas picked up Carson fucking Wentz, I'm like, oh no, this is not like us. We are the Spurs of the NFL, bro. High intangible everything, bro. And we picked up Carson fucking Wentz. I'm like, oh no, this is no good. This is no bueno. Here's where I got my glimmer of hope. My false sense of security. This is where I stepped on the trap door. When niggas said we bringing in Matt Ryan. I'm like, alright, cool. Former MVP,
Been to a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl appearance. Leadership.
Perennial Pro Bowler.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He just ain't have no team. We about to see Brady to Tampa Bay 2.0.
That's what
he don't even gotta do nothing.
Yeah.
We got a fucking running back, the best running back, O-line combination in the fucking league. And we lost to fucking Jacksonville.
Didn't I tell him that Ryan didn't count this year? I told him that before when he got drafted. when they picked him up, I said that shit didn't matter, and he told me I was fucking crazy. That's what I told him.
I don't recall that. Somebody gonna have to pull a team. But at the end of the day, bro, as much as I hate myself on this very Wednesday night as a Colts fan, I still don't want to hear shit from these Giant niggas or these Jet niggas, because these niggas haven't had a quarterback for longer than me.
When's the last time you had a Super Bowl?
Well, I'm still a Giants nigga.
When's the last time you had a Super Bowl, though?
But
bro, when's the last time you had a quarterback?
That don't matter. When's the last time you?
When's the last time you been to the playoffs, bro?
Stop.
Eli Manning.
We've had a quarterback since y'all.
But yeah,
you had a quarterback.
Sure.
When's the last time you been to the playoffs, bro?
But did you
I think the Giants.
Obama was president the last time y'all went to the fucking playoffs, and we had two presidents since him. Stop talking to me.
That's 8 years.
The Giants can talk. I think the Giants. First off, I think the Giants can talk way more shit than the Jets can. Second of all, I also believe that the Colts and the Broncos and even the Falcons can all say more than the Jets can. With that being said, especially with recent Super Bowl, recent
the Jets
Super Bowl.
have been
who are you bailing out?
Terrible historically.
Oh, I'm bailing no one out, and I'd like to nominate someone to add to the list. As a matter of fact,
who's this?
This is a historic night. This is a historic night. Well, you're probably going to be on next week's hate list. You keep fucking around like this because I have no bearing over what the fuck he says. But I like to, along with you, I like to join you on that list, bro. I nominate myself. And as a Broncos fan, let's
ride.
Let's ride. Like, it's just how, like, Nathaniel Hackett cannot coach. I don't think Russell Wilson is being aggressive enough. And I look like a complete idiot.
I can't even say my catchphrase to close this segment out because it's just like.
Can I give you guys a pat on the back?
No.
Yo!
It's a genuine. This is a genuine empathetic response. This is not me like trying to roast.
Empathetic response.
The sneak shake.
Yo, that is on one.
Very kind with it on camera. Let me just give you a hug. Yo, what, you want to hug me, nigga? Wow.
Like I want them Jets hands on me, nigga.
Yo, wait, excuse me. When we're hanging out before filming and anything, am I like saying anything negative to you? Do I come at you guys?
No. What is it?
You just saved it for now.
I'm only doing it on camera.
Just saved it for now.
I was waiting for this in the car.
Hilarious.
But
anyway, oh man. Hope y'all enjoyed this amazing episode of the Break Room Sports Podcast. Good shit, y'all. Good shit.
I ain't clapping.
This fucking guy. But yes, Ace, where can they find you, bro?
ACETHELEGYMD. Who hate better than me, man?
Nobody, baby.
You were trying to tonight.
Ace the legend.
You were trying to.
Spelled out with the Y.
Stop. Will you stop it, Matt? Yo, Nick, where can they find you, motherfucker?
I just wait till next week, bro.
Why do you spell it and not say it? You gotta just say it, man.
Because it rhymes. They know my name.
Who the fuck did you play next week?
Listen, it's Nick Tomato, NICKTHEMODEL, Nick Tomato on everything. We gotta go.
Fucking dick.
So
go ahead, Matt.
It's Math. YOU DiGiacomo on Facebook, or you can find me on IG at math_U_D. All right.
And it's your boy Phil, aka Scorpio P. Find me on all social media at Mr. Philliams. That's MRPHILLIAMS. All music on all streaming platforms. Scorpio P. Period at the end of the P makes a difference. Trust me. Make sure that y'all tap in. This episode going to be on YouTube ASAP. And thank y'all once again for another great episode. Thank y'all for joining us. Everyone that joined us on IG.
Shout out a happy birthday to Mr.
Happy birthday to Mr. He was trying to get away from us saying some shit, but happy birthday to the guy that makes everything go around here behind the scenes, the one and only Aaron Ross, our producer. Love you, bro. Thank you for everything that you do.
A renaissance man.
And will do.
True renaissance
Much love,
man.
King. And for everyone, all of us here at Define Motive Studios, this has been the Break Room Sports Podcast, episode 3 of season 3. We will see y'all next week. Make sure y'all make y'all moves for fantasy. Make sure y'all get right. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, peace and love.
Good night.
And tell your mama I'm on the way.